For 75 years, we've done everything wrong. When they said engines go in the front, we put them in the back. When they said ignitions on the right, we put them on the left, saving tenths of a second. When they said a real sports car can't have 4 doors, we built 4-door models, faster than most 2 doors out there. When they thought you can't build fully electric sports cars, we built the Taycan. And we continue redefining the future of sports cars. Luxury is for the few, they said, until we built the biggest car community out there, bringing together incredible people and cars in astonishing places. And when they said, times are tough, time to tighten your belts, we always pushed the pedal instead. Never stopping. Because we are too busy building the cars they say can't be built. So, if being us means being wrong, it is just the right thing to do. Porsche, there is no substitute.
Oh, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I like that little cheer there. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Paul Foster. I'm very excited to be your host. Now, if we think back to that film we just watched at the beginning, you might have noticed something a little unusual. For more than 75 years, Porsche has had a habit of doing things seemingly the wrong way, putting the engine in the wrong end of a sports car, simply refusing to build cars the conventional way, ignoring accepted wisdom. And somehow, all these decisions created timeless icons. Beautiful cars. In fact, one of the most controversial decisions Porsche ever made wasn't a sports car at all. It was the Cayenne. It was an SUV, or in Porsche speak, a sports car with 4 doors. Back in 2002, many people were completely surprised. A sports car company building an SUV? Surely that was a contradiction. But we're all here today because it wasn't. And to help us tell that story, please join me in welcoming the Director and Port of Singapore for Porsche Asia Pacific, Dr. Henrik Dreyer. Woo! Henrik, always good to see you.
Hello.
Now let's be honest, today people see the Cayenne as an institution, but back in 2002, it was almost a rebellion.
First of all, hello Paul. Hello everyone, it's great to be here. And Paul, to your question, back then I was not only working at the headquarters during this time, but I was actually the one in charge of the global internet and direct marketing campaign for the then new Porsche Cayenne. And let me tell you all, it was absolutely true that this was very controversial. At the time, many questioned whether it was appropriate for Porsche to make an SUV in the first place. To this we said, the very first Porsche, the electric loaner Porsche from more than 100 years ago was all-wheel drive. That technology would prove so useful that it would go on to power things like the lunar rover during the Apollo missions. We explored all-wheel drive in even more extreme formats, for example, on the East African Safari in the 70s and across the Paris-Dakar terrain with the 953 and 959 in the 80s. So when people question whether a vehicle with SUV practicality could genuinely deliver Porsche driving dynamics, our engineers simply shrugged their shoulders and delivered. The Cayenne project, developed in secret under the code name Colorado, proved that performance and versatility could coexist. And in doing so, it opened the brand to an entirely new group of customers.
And 24 years later, I think it's fair to say that that gamble paid off.
Very much so. More than 1.5 million Cayennes have been delivered worldwide. It has become one of the most successful Porsche vehicles in history. But what makes the Cayenne special? It's that every generation continued pushing boundaries. It wasn't just successful commercially, it was always an innovator.
Innovator, the keyword here, in a regular family-sized SUV. It's quite an interesting take. Tell us more.
Yes, the Cayenne introduced entirely new ideas to Porsche. It competed and dominated the grueling Trans-Siberian Rally. In fact, we had two gentlemen that proudly represented Team Singapore in what became the toughest rally in Ours, and I'm sure this was an adventure of a lifetime for them. The Trans-Siberian Rally is a 7,200 kilometers, 50-day adventure from Moscow to Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, with countless river crossings and some of the world's most demanding off-road terrains. Finishing requires not only speed, but endurance, resilience, and determination. Now back to us, Paul. The Cayenne also brought the GTS concept to the SUV segment. It introduced the Porsche first hybrid SUV, and true to form, the Cayenne consistently challenged assumptions about what the performance SUV could be.
And again, that sounds suspiciously similar to the philosophy of the film that we watched at the beginning. Doing everything wrong, but still turning out so right.
Exactly. Porsche has always moved forward by questioning conventions, and the Cayenne perhaps embodies that spirit better than any other model outside the Porsche 911.
Well, Henrik, if the first Cayenne challenged assumptions about SUVs, then I suppose what comes next is going to challenge them all over again. Ladies and gentlemen, please one more round of applause for Henrik. I'll see you shortly. Thank you for the introduction and telling us more about the story of the Cayenne. But this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready. We are about to witness the next chapter of Porsche's greatest success story. A vehicle that redefines performance, reimagines capability, and once again challenges everything we think we know about an SUV. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of the Cayenne begins now.